There's a physical health door, there's a mental health door, and there's a financial health door. And that financial health door was the door that was most obvious to me when I learned about this community, because I served in this community for 17 years as a registered nurse. And the reason I get so teary is because I have a front seat every single day to the suffering of our community, and most of that suffering is at our own hands, because we don't know better, because we haven't been taught better, because we don't have somebody to partner with us to teach us how to have a better life. And after 17 years, it got to a point where I was like, this is killing my soul, because I got to know people, not in their health, but in their illness. And I got to know the family members through their patients and their loved ones' deaths, because that's what I did every day. I cared for sick humans. And it got so hard on my heart, guys, that I would go home, and I would drink wine, and I would eat chocolate until I was sick, and I would tuck myself into bed, and I would catch myself crying on my way to work the next day, because I knew what was in store for me. And so that caring for this community, coupled with my desire to love people, and the fact that my own life and my health was really suffering because of the suffering of our community, it pushed me to want to do something different. I knew that I was meant to partner with people to create lives that they loved, not just help people get well enough to go home. And I actually went a very long and expensive route, and I kind of wish Optavia was part of my life before I took this route, but I invested $30,000 in 3 years into a business program, learning how to launch a coaching business. Because I knew that partnering with people to give them hope and to empower them in their own health was the only answer that was gonna create a healthy community. It was the only answer. And so after 3 years, I had a very expensive hobby. I had helped about 15 people, but I was not making the impact that I wanted to make. And I was still going to the hospital every day, still catching myself crying on the way there, still feeling anxious, still wondering what life and what suffering I was going to be a part of that day. And that's when Optavia came into my life, and I'm so grateful, because the truth was, what I was looking for was a vehicle that would allow me to serve the community in a way that created health and in a way that prevented illness and suffering. And what this vehicle gave me was a way to partner with communities to help create health, but it also gifted me what I really needed. I needed help. My body was inflamed. I was 30 pounds heavier. I was absolutely struggling with my mental health, because in nursing school, I was never prepared emotionally for the things that I saw and that I did. And I didn't know any way to make myself feel better other than chocolate and wine. It made me feel real good, and then I slept like a rock because I was doing all of the things that was creating the suffering in our own community. So this community gave me what I wanted, which was a vehicle to partner with others to help them get healthy, but it also gifted me what I needed, which was accountability in my own health, which was a safe place to be vulnerable and say, girl, I got a whole fucking plate full of crap sandwiches, and I don't know what to do with them. And so I just want to leave you guys with this question. What is it that you really want? Not what does society think you should want, or your parents, or your spouse, or your friends, or your family members, but what is that tug inside your heart? Because for me, that tug has always been to help people live a life that they love. And I knew that nursing was the wrong box, but I needed to replace that income if I was going to have any chance of setting myself free from that. And that's what this gift has given me. It's given me physical health, it's given me mental health, and it's given me the financial freedom to step out of nursing. I've been retired for 2 years now, partnering with this community to create health. And so I would ask you, what is it? What is that pull? What is that desire inside of you? And when you figure that out, be brave enough to share it with the person who invited you today, because I guarantee you that one of those 3 doors probably has your answer. Much love, you guys.